Hello and welcome to the Bird Talk Show. So glad you're here today. What a show topic we have. Hawaiian birds. Hawaii bird watching. Unbelievable. I got to share it with you. I'm busting at the seams here, getting all of the content downloaded from my cameras, from my phone. It's been an overwhelming job the last 48 hours, and I've only scratched the surface. Didn't get a great thumbnail up for today's show. Didn't even get the show ready to go in time for notifications to go out. So if you're hearing the live stream, thank you so much. If you know somebody who is usually here or you might think would like to be here, go ahead and send out the link and tell them, hey, yeah, we're doing it right now. We're doing it. If you're catching this on the replay, thank you so much. I really do depend on my replay team. You guys are knocking it out of the park. Thanks. You keep that up. And some of the shares are coming from you replay watchers. So anytime you want to share this link on your social media, any form, any brand, know that my intent is to make whoever tunes in, I want to make their life better with this content because it's all about the birds. I say that, and I'm serious. It's all about the birds. It's no matter what you're doing or thinking, you're about a half step away from a bird, or you're directly involved with the birds. Check me out on that. Do a field test. Do a field test. If you're doing something that's not directly related to birds, figure out how far away the birds are from whatever you're doing. It's amazing. And the reason I say that is because birds are everywhere. They do everything we do. They go to the same places. They eat a lot of the same food, have a lot of the same habits. We teach each other things. And once we get into a relationship, a conscious relationship, birds are everywhere, whether you notice them or not, they're there. And once you get involved in a relationship of any, fruitful kind, you see the connection, how connected we all are. And here at the Bird Garden channel, we're protective of that unity. We would rather have unity than division. We don't want to divide up teams and see which team is better than the other team. We want to invite everyone to come and partake and share in our buffet of options that we're publishing as content, that we're sharing as friends, Facebook groups, Instagram posts. We want everybody to come and partake of that. And the way I roll it out here is we're going to put it on the buffet of options if we think it's beneficial. And if you like it, take it. Take all you want. Share it for sure. If you don't like it, don't spit on it. We're not trying to create division. We're trying to create community. So that's kind of the opposite of division. Take what you like. If you don't like it, just walk on by. Don't spit on it. Don't waste your energy or resources. It might be what the next guy wants. But that's what we're doing here at the Bird Garden channel. I've been watching birds on purpose since I was 10 years old. I was just really fortunate to get involved in a college program where I got to study some ornithology and meet a group of people that taught me how to make my life better. That wasn't their goal necessarily, but it ended up being the result by watching birds, by getting involved in birding groups. And, even prior to getting involved in the birding groups, I was heavily involved in other natural history groups. I was the chairman of International Amphibian Day, solidly focused on conservation because, as you know, amphibians are their environment. And dealing with real world issues, not waving a flag, not, focusing on the division, but here's the real world. Here's our situation. How can we make it the best for both people and animals and plants and all of these different things that are coexisting? They'll have to coexist. What makes it best for all of these entities and agencies? A challenge, and a person can only do so much. A group can only do so much. I'll tell you, I found that a group can do far more than a person. And groups that found ways to collaborate rather than compete, everyone involved in the collaboration was able to accomplish more than the groups that were focused on competition. All of that experience brings me here to the Bird Talk Show today, to the Bird Garden channel, which hosts the Bird Talk Show. And what a nice place we all have to watch birds, to get into a positive headspace, to relax this portion of our day, know that everything's going to be okay, calm the distractions, the distortion, the noise, forget who's bugging us a little bit. And I'm talking from a great place today. I just got back from Hawaii, and the primary purpose of the trip was to see birds, new birds, birds I've read about and seen pictures of, and knowing they're in Hawaii. Well, why don't we go see one? I had the opportunity to do that. Fantastic. First time I've been to Hawaii in my life. Whenever I do a first these days, I remind all of my friends and children, hey, save something for your 50s, and it won't be very long. I'll be saying save something for your 60s. And that's okay. So I saved Hawaii for my late 50s. Oh, it's so worth it. Oh, it was just so good over there. I really got to my resort area, and all the travel, hustle and bustle was done. Food was plentiful and delicious and wonderful all over Hawaii. We were on 3 islands, predominantly Kauai, the Garden Island, because birds. I forgot who was bugging me. And, I went in my mind, I connected that to our time here on the Bird Talk Show. I want this to be so interesting and informative and safe that you can check in and just forget about who's bugging you. That's what we're after. And we've had some really exciting topics lately. If you've seen any of the shows the last month, the last 4 shows, just amazing, primarily due to the caliber of guests that have agreed to come on the show. I got a note recently from Matt Cortman, who is working with the ivory bill woodpecker. He's got the Mission Ivory Bill. He's operating basically as a ministry. And he talked to us last week in a pre-recorded session and said he had seen the ivory bill woodpecker. And it wasn't going to work for him if that bird were declared extinct, because he's seen it. And he's seen it in very recent history. Not enough time has passed to say, well, that one you saw is gone too. So he's really involved in that bird in particular, the ivory bill woodpecker, but also its habitat. It requires an unfragmented hardwood old forest there in the swamps. And so if it's barely hanging on, if you go in and gut the swamp for commercial purposes, yeah, well, now you've definitely extinct the species. And we decided as a society long ago with the Endangered Species Act, we're going to be as careful as we can about extincting these species because they matter. There's nothing critical that needs to happen in those hardwood swamps, the last bastion of ivory-billed woodpecker habitat down there in Louisiana. Nothing critical needs to happen there for mankind to go on and do well and benefit and become better. But keeping them intact has everything to do with the health of a sparse, if any, population of the ivory-billed woodpecker. Now, I say if any because, believe it or not, there are people who will just say very strongly held belief religiously that bird is extinct. We need to move on. I don't see the benefit of thinking of the science that way. I think it's better to consider the bird may still exist. We have recent evidence that it still exists, and treat it as we have other species, that may still exist, and not declare it extinct. All that comes to the forefront of my mind because while I was in Hawaii, I learned that too many bird species in Hawaii have become extinct because the population is so fragile. The endemics there have adapted to whatever Hawaii. It's a beautiful, lush jungle, rainforest, amazing view shed of an environment and ecosystem over there that hosts really cool specialty animals. And so these islands just became from under the surface of the ocean, volcanic uprisings and so forth. So they weren't inhabited naturally. And they're remote. I mean, it was like 2,000 plus miles from California to get over there, 4,500 plus miles from Tennessee to get over there. But anyway, 2,000 miles out in the ocean, these land upcroppings appear. And so if you're going to get there 2,000 miles, you're going to fly, float in, swim in. So that's what happened to all the animal species. They're eventually, then you have to get brought in, which is, floating in, swimming in, flying in by artificial means. But the ones that got there first adapted. They became endemics, and they just adapted to their environment as nature does. I love the elasticity of nature. And these honey creepers, oh my gosh, the longer curved beaks to get the nectar out of so many blooming trees. Just amazing. Every day, 79 to 80. Maybe you wake up in the morning and it's 72. Maybe in the heat of the afternoon, with no cloud cover, it's 82. There you are, 8 or 10 degrees. I joke, how easy would it be to be a weatherman in Hawaii? Oh, it's gonna be in the low 70s for the low today, low 80s for the high. Chance of rain. You may see a light mist or shower. Look for rainbows on the edge if that happens. Every day. I mean, I don't think it ever changes. It's amazing. It's a tropical paradise. But these species, especially of birds that came in and adapted to Hawaii, they did so in the absence of natural predators. And then predators were imported: wild hogs, feral cats, mongoose, and mosquitoes. Oh my gosh, the mosquitoes carrying malaria. The birds had no resistance to malaria. So many of those delicate species that depended on the nectaring plants and so forth with no natural predators became infected with malaria and died below about 4,000 feet elevation. Now, thankfully, there's some rainforest above 4,000 feet because the cliffs are so dramatic and beautiful and wonderful in Hawaii. The birds above 4,000 feet are doing okay because the mosquito doesn't do well over 4,000 feet. Also, we have learned that we can build a fence, a small wall. We can build a wall around a habitat to keep out mammalian predators. Okay, the mongoose doesn't need to go over a wall. If they dig into the ground, the fence, the wall is buried in the ground, so shallow digging won't help a mammal get through there. But the rats also, I left that off my list of predators. Rats, horrible for the ground nesting birds, including rare seabirds. Oh my gosh, the seabirds. So we've got all kinds of effort going on that's working. We're building these protective walls, these barriers to keep out the mammals. We're encouraging people to tread lightly. We got disease spreading over there, killing trees. Hey, wipe your boots off. Here's a brush. Here's some spray, maybe some alcohol and water mix spray. Spray your boots. Don't go hiking in one place in Hawaii even, and then go hiking in another place without cleaning your boots. Let's don't spread this tree killing disease that the birds depend on for nesting, shelter, food. We don't want to do that. So efforts are in place. We've recognized that extincting the birds here, there, Louisiana, Hawaii, not the best option. So let's try something so we don't extinct the birds. We're doing something to not extinct the birds. We're raising awareness. We're heightening awareness. We're engaging with the birds. We're allowing the birds to make our life better, which means we're in this relationship with the birds, and we would like to keep the birds happy because they're keeping us happy. So, kind of a soft conservation note. Because we care about the birds, we care about their environment. We'll do something, put some food out, put some water out, put some shelter out, plant a tree. These things are important to birds. If you have the option of an indigenous plant or an invasive species, go with the native plant. The invasive plant displaces native plants. Things that are in your area, my area, that have adapted here, they depend on those native plants for food and shelter and so forth. And the invasive species can choke out something else that the rest of the ecosystem depended on. Okay, given an option. Okay, I get it. If you're landscaping and you're turning a green lawn into something that grows roots and leaves, maybe fruits or blooms, that's probably better than a green lawn. Hey, good job. But I'm just saying, given the option, find a native plant that will do all of the things you wanted that invasive or exotic plant to do. Yeah, it's a soft conservation. So it's there. I mean, we gotta talk about it. We have to acknowledge it. We don't have to battle over. We don't have to condemn each other. We can just say, "Hey, this is my idea. I think it's pretty good. Let me demonstrate." If you think it's a good idea, follow along. That's all. That's all. It's not an argument, man. So we got extinct birds in Hawaii motivating us to love on the birds a little bit over there, and I did. Holy cow! How do you go bird watching in Hawaii? Well, that's where we are right now in this conversation. If you're here, if you want to know more about how to watch the birds in Hawaii, you're at the right place. If that's the kind of content you like, now's the time. Hit the like button. If you're in the chat, I'm going to check in with you over there. Lots of active chatters, it looks like today. Thank you for being here. If you're watching the replay, hit that thumbs up. That's how we let the algorithm know we're doing it right over here. We're engaging with our viewers. You're not just checking in and not engaging, but you are engaged. That's how we let everybody know. It's that easy. One click away from letting the algorithm know you're engaged. If you haven't subscribed to the Bird Talk show, the Bird Garden channel here, I'm advertising on the Bird Talk show. If you haven't subscribed to the Bird Garden channel, nothing says it like a sticker. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and it won't cost you anything. It's free. And that really helps us, and we appreciate it. Thank you very much. And it gives you the option then to hit the bell icon. If you click on the bell icon, it gives you a list, an option. Hit all. That means you'll get all notifications when the Bird Talk show goes live, when we upload new content, and when we use the community tab. When I hear from my friend Matt Cortman that he's seen another ivory-bill woodpecker, boom, I can make a post, a community tab. We don't have to wait for edited content or scheduled programming. I can push it right out. I can include links, polls, lots of flexibility on the community tab. You won't get that notification if you don't ring the notification bell. Subscribe, hit the notification bell, choose all. That'll put you right in the loop. And I'm happy to share those things. When Dr. Mazural speaks with me again after his trip to Peru, down to the Amazon Research Center for Ornamental Fishes, I can make a community post. Boom, hey, I heard from Dr. Mazural. When Ashby Gale at Charleston Fossil Adventures, Charleston Fossil Adventures, calls me and says, "Rack, I found a 9-inch shark tooth. I want to send you a picture." Boom, I can share it with you. Or if he says, "Man, they're finding great shark teeth on Folly Beach right now," I can put that out. Maybe you can make a weekend trip. Maybe you're on the eastern seaboard. You want to go collect 164 shark teeth like my wife and I did the last time we were at Folly Beach, thanks to Ashby Gale telling us, "Hey, Folly Beach is a good place to walk up and down the surf and find shark teeth." That's a type of community effort that the community tab allows. You only get it if you subscribe. So think about that. If you haven't shared this live stream yet, what are you waiting on? If you've never shared one, hey, let me encourage you. Just try it. Just try. Hit the share button. All of the social media icons pop up. Pick one that you use. Facebook's really popular. Hit the Facebook. It automatically takes this link and puts it to your Facebook page as a post. Okay, try it. Give it a whirl. Comment below if you do that. I'd like to thank you if you do that. I'll read the comments and I'll thank you in the next live stream. And also, I'd like to know your experience. Was it hard? Was it easy? Did you get any feedback? Did anybody say, "Hey, I got that link off your Facebook and that was pretty cool. I like hearing about how to find birds real easy in Hawaii." I bet it makes their life better. Oh, hot and cold drinks. Can't beat it. Okay. Moving on. How do you find birds real easy in Hawaii? And I've got video, and I'm sorry I was not able to get video uploaded for you today in the live stream, but check back. The content's going to be rolling out as edited video on the Bird Garden channel. And I want you to see it. And one of the things you're going to hear so much about, and the easiest way for you to find birds in Hawaii, is on the brand new Kauai Birding Trail, KBT, Kauai Birding Trail, hashtag Kauai BT. Now, that's an active Facebook group right now that includes all of the locations of the Kauai Birding Trail. It includes a map. It includes the destination's address, contact information, name, address, phone number, and a list of some beautiful photography, some of it mine. A list of birds that you could expect to find at every location. It's a fantastic tool. It'll give you an overview of the birds in Hawaii, and you'll see just how easy I've outlined. We designed this. Let me show you. We designed the Kauai Birding Trail. All right. If you could focus one time, I'd really appreciate it. We designed the Kauai Birding Trail, hashtag Kauai BT. No, I think I'm hurting it instead of helping it by. Can't get it to focus. There you go. Close enough. It's an active Facebook group. Go over there and ask to join the KBT Kauai Birding Trail Facebook group. Go right now. I'll let you in. Let me open a tab. As you go in there, I'll open it up. Let's see. Facebook Kauai Birding Trail. There it is. Okay. All right. 81 members right now. This is brand new this week. Kauai Birding Trail, brand new. Just opened it up. All right. Now, I've got that tab open. I'm waiting for you to come on over, and we'll let you in the KBT, Kauai Birding Trail. How easy is it to find Hawaii birds? Well, listen, check out the YouTube, the Facebook group. You're checking out the YouTube. Thank you for that. Check out the Facebook group, Kauai Birding Trail. There currently there are 11 locations. Now, they call Kauai the Garden Island. It's so green, so lush. And basically, it's high elevation in the center, beaches around the perimeter, one major road, 90% away, 90% around the loop, the island. Not complete. So if you want to go over here to Kokei State Park, which is on the Kauai Birding Trail, and you want to see the Epipane or maybe get a look at an EEV, you got to go up here in the elevation. If you're staying in the North Shore, it's a day trip. It's 2 hours to the top of the mountain. Stunning views. You got to go through the Waimea Canyon. Oh my gosh. Keep an eye out for that video, the Waimea Canyon. Unbelievable. They call it the Grand Canyon of Hawaii. You'll see why. Oh my gosh, you go by that thing and you go on up looking for the birds. Fantastic. Fantastic. It's a day trip. It's 2 hours, okay? 2 hours. You're from one end of the island to the other end of the island. Basically, it's a circle, but you say end because the road has terminuses. Termini. Oh wow. Unbelievable. Unbelievable sights, birds. Please check out the Kauai Birding Trail Facebook group. Check out these locations, 11 of them, all around Kauai. Hawaii, due to heavy tourism, man, visitors, tourists can't stay out of Hawaii. Once you go, you'll understand why. But they do the best they can to manage that. So state and national parks are requiring admission fees, parking fees, and or reservations. And there's notes on the Kauai Birding Trail reminding you of this. Check. That's why there's an address and a phone number. No links, but you can search, for the link. Once you have the name, I'd like to check that out. You may have to, instead of clicking on a link, include write the name in a browser and search it. Do that first, because some of the best bird watching sites are the most popular, obviously. And in Hawaii, space is a premium. They don't have sprawling parking lots anywhere. That's not something you find in Hawaii. So reservations help give everyone a chance to see whatever it is you're going to look at. It's a system, okay? It may not be the most convenient thing you've ever done in your life. You have to make a reservation. You have to pay to park. You have to pay to get in. Not always, but be prepared. And sometimes, it's a $20 entrance fee. Sometimes it's a $3 entrance fee. Pick and choose. Pick and choose the priority, the thing you want to do. Without going into too much detail here, but stand by for detailed and edited content on the Bird Garden channel coming right up. The location that my wife and I like the best. I see Angela Cross in the chat. Thank you for being here doing the moderator heavy lifting. Our favorite location required a reservation, an entry fee, and a parking fee. It was not expensive. It wasn't killer. It was less than one meal at lunch. It was a non-event. Okay. But due to the volume, that really helps the friends group at this location. See if you can figure. I'm not going to tell you which one that is. Watch the content coming up. See if you can figure out which one it is. See, I'll give you some extra information. It's the only location we went back to twice. So impressive, amazing. But okay, so you do that on the internet. You do your research. You buy your tickets digitally, pay your parking digitally. Then you just show up on time at the reservation that you make. You do that, and then the rest is just driving there. And if you're in Kauai, I stayed at one end of the road, drove to the other end of the road in just over 2 hours. If you stay centrally located, you're driving an hour max. Wherever you stay, you're going to be near some location on the Kauai Birding Trail. So all that to say, it's difficult to get more than 2 hours away from any location on the Kauai Birding Trail. And regardless of where you stay, you're going to be near a location. I would say no matter where you stay on Kauai, you're going to be within 5-10 minutes of one of these premier world-class bird watching locations on the Kauai Birding Trail. Incredible. It really is. Let me say hello to some people in chat here. Canestio Valley Cichlids. Let her rip, Tater Chip. We did. We got her revved up here today. S, good to see you here. We've got Angela Cross. Thank you for dropping in, Angela Cross. If I missed your name in chat, I'm sorry about that. Didn't do it on purpose. I'll check back in with you guys later. We are at the halfway mark of the show. We try to go for 60 minutes. We're at 31 minutes, 18 seconds. You guys are showing up today. Got the old helmet in here. Okay. I don't know what that's up. I don't know what's up with that old helmet. Okay, we'll keep an eye on you. The Kauai Birding Trail is it's a series of 11 locations on the island of Kauai. where you can go and watch birds easily. May require a reservation, maybe an entry fee, maybe a parking fee, maybe not. Along the way, you'll find there were, by the way, yes, there were free places. Free. No reservation, no money. Just go watch birds. Find out. Check it out. The Facebook group. I've got that Facebook group open now, and I check it often, keeping an eye out for member requests. We got marking it right here. We got 81 members. We're going to go up from 81. Let's see how quickly we can get to 100. That's a fun milestone. We'll share it. We'll make a community post about that. And we, along the Kauai birding trail, found the food was so delicious. Every little town in Kauai had amazing food, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Fancy restaurants, you betcha. Casual restaurants, yep. No shirt, no shoes, no problem. I saw the sign more than once. I mean, it's a different culture. You're already out there in Hawaii. You forgot who's bugging you. You're watching world-class birds, and you get a little hunger pain. Boom. Boom. Just go get you some fresh poke. Have you ever had poke? Diced raw tuna. That's kind of like a sushi or sashimi. It's diced. They mix it up with seasonings and oils and local vegetables and seasonings. So popular, this poke, which I would expect poke available at a nicer restaurant around here as an appetizer. Okay, so already you're in a restaurant that serves appetizers and nice ones requiring fresh fish. Now in Hawaii, this poke, this tuna, it was swimming out there in the Pacific Ocean a minute ago. We're talking fresh caught. It's so popular in Hawaii that the convenience stores, the 7-Eleven, has a cooler of different styles of poke. You go into the 7-Eleven and you can get poke. You go into the White Linen Tablecloth restaurant, you can get poke. Everybody loves poke. It was so good. Poke. I don't even care. There's no stress over the pronunciation. Try your best to say it like they say it when you go any place. Do it when in Rome. Do as the Romans. Ask the Romans. Ask the Hawaiians. How do you say this? Say it like they say it. But don't. I'm not going to fuss at you if you don't say it the way that I do, because I'm from Southern Appalachia. We have a different dialect than most of the rest of the world. In Hawaii, they definitely have a different dialect. I want to learn it the way that makes them comfortable. That's the way I want to say it. I'm not going to be the Hawaiian pronunciation police. Don't worry about that around me. Learn aloha, say it any way you want to, and mahalo, aloha, greeting, mahalo, appreciation, ohana, family. Basic Hawaiian. Yeah. And wow, what a groove. I can't transmit what a groove the Hawaiian experience was. Island time, they call it. It's nature. It's this beautiful, wonderful, unbelievable nature. You see it and your body reacts. Psychologically, your mind reacts. It's just like nature, Mother Nature cradling you in her arms, and you feel safe and wonderful and warm. And if it rains, it's okay. And if you don't get down to the restaurant, it's okay. And eating a fresh pineapple is okay. It's so much different than any pineapple I've experienced here on the mainland. That's an amazing difference. The people are warm and friendly, not rushed. They're not rushed. They're on island time. It's people who've lived in Hawaii, native Hawaiians. They've just adapted to an easier flow of life. Everything's going to work out. Just be chill. And it does. And sometimes it's frustrating standing in line, waiting to get something. But when it's your turn, you get the same non-rushed respect that everyone in front of you got. So cool. The birds on the Kauai birding trail, so friendly, common. I mean, red-crested cardinal. Look that bird up. Holy smokes. Right at your feet. It's hopping around the park. Common minus. Once popular around here even as a pet, because you can teach them to talk. Common minus everywhere. Like like starlings here. No starlings there. Common minus. Birds, you're going to have to go to the Facebook group and look at the list. Look at the list of birds. I'm not a travel agent. Shop around for how you're going to get to Hawaii. I heard in a ukulele group, someone was talking about $85 flights out of Oakland. So if you shop, you can find very affordable uh, means to get over to the islands. And with a little bit of research, know where you're going, why you're going. YouTube is your friend. You're going to find the answer to about any Hawaii travel question you have on YouTube. If you want to see Hawaiian birds, check out the Bird Garden channel. Okay. Go to the Kauai Birding Trail Facebook group. Boom. There you go. Information Central. It's free. If you go to these places, click the clicks, like a video, comment on it. Just share the love, Ohana. Just share the love. That's all. If you like it, it's okay to say so. Drop a like. It's a click. Okay. You're already in there. You probably got your hand on the mouse. You got in there. Find something, hit a like, leave a comment, click through the pictures. Leave suggestions. There we go. That was on my list. If you guys get into the Kauai birding trail, and I hope you will, leave suggestions. What other questions would you like to have addressed in the group? What do you think should be included? You've been to Kauai, you saw some cool birds here. What's another location you'd like to have listed? It's currently 11 locations. It's going to grow. I already have another location selected based on our visit. We did some snorkeling. Unbelievable. Walk off the beach, snorkel. Okay. Start snorkeling in knee deep or less water around the reefs and the rock. And it's prettier fish than you've seen in any saltwater tank. Just amazing. And I did take an underwater camera, and I do have some footage to share. Stay tuned. Yeah, the Furikake S says, yep. Yeah, Furikake. Look it up. Look it up. And as you read the ingredients, imagine those flavors. It's a snack. It's a seasoning. It's one of those things that will forever be a part of my life. I'll be on the lookout out for it locally. I'll be ordering it from whoever has it. It's amazing. The Hawaiian sun darkened my hair. Well, it's wet. Yeah. I wore a hat, so it probably didn't lighten it any. That's for sure. The Hawaiian sun was good. I'm Hawaiian sun kissed. Deceptive. I mean, it's not humid. It's not sticky, humid like it gets around here. 100 degrees. You can't hardly breathe. Always an ocean breeze, so it's very easy to get sunburned. And so you need sun protection. You need sunscreen. Now, here's a serious note. In your preparation to go to Hawaii, make sure you get a mineral-based sunscreen, a reef-safe sunscreen. There are so many tourists getting in the water because Hawaii, that there's a non-mineral based sunscreen is very harmful, damaging, causes death to coral. We do not want to kill the coral in Hawaii. That's not what we want to do. It grows so close to the shore and causes such a habitat for us to enjoy. The least we can do is wear mineral-based and reef-safe sunscreen. Okay, let's do that. Now, I mentioned the mosquitoes being a big part of killing the birds. They also have no-see-ums, little biting bugs that'll cause you a little problem. So bug spray, bug repellent, probably a good idea. Choose reef-safe bug spray. Okay, reef-safe bug spray. If you've recently bought a new pair of binoculars and they haven't been incorporated into your life for very long, you do not want bug spray on the lens, on the glass of your binoculars. Those chemicals will damage, eat through, remove the coatings that you paid extra for to give you a beautiful view through your binoculars. Do not get bug spray on your binoculars. Don't spray your bug spray if someone else has their binoculars out. Go away from the crowd, whoever you're with. If someone else starts to spray bug spray and they don't understand, turn away, cover your binoculars. Do not get bug spray on the glass of your binoculars. When you're in Hawaii, choose a bug spray that is reef safe. Okay. Now, see how we've already improved our environmental footprint? Just tuning in to the Bird Talk Show. Now we know reef safe sunscreen and reef safe bug spray. It makes a difference because you're one individual wearing a little bit of sunscreen, a little bit of bugs. But when you go through these Hawaiian airports and you get to these resorts and destinations, and Kauai is a small island, it's not densely populated, but it because of its interior steepness, it's not developed. All of the development is on the edge, so every place is a little bit concentrated. Okay, so now you got this concentration of people, this concentration of population. 8,000 of you go on the same beach with sunscreen on that's not reef safe. It coats and kills the reef there. Fish go away. No reef, no fish. That as quickly as the tourism came, the tourism goes. We're not going back there. They don't have any reef or fish. Well, no, don't be responsible for causing that, right? It's very important. Tourism is the business of Hawaii. Yeah, there's still some agriculture, very important agriculture. And it's celebrated on the Kauai Birding Trail. We tried to be culturally sensitive when we designed this. One of the premier locations free on the Kauai Birding Trail is Honolulu National Wildlife Refuge. And that features dramatic jungle rainforest cliffs with 100-foot waterfalls. Amazing. Into a lowland of taro fields. Taro is a root crop of Hawaii and has been very important as a food source and other materials in the Hawaiian culture. Taro, very closely connected to the Hawaiian culture. Still an agricultural process celebrated on the Kauai Birding Trail there at the Honolulu National Wildlife Refuge. It's an overlook off of the main highway. Stunning. We've got some footage from there. We saw some birds. Life birds. We got life birds at that location. Crazy. One other thing we did there. Hello, Misfit Reptiles and Aquatics. Welcome. One other thing we did at the Kauai Birding Trail, now specifically there at the Honolulu Overlook, was geocaching. If you're not familiar with geocaching, that'll make your life better. It's great for grandkids, kids, parents, and grandparents, and free. They offer a premium upgrade, but it's free. And we participated in that along the Kauai Birding Trail, and we released several travel bugs. I'm not going to explain it. That's a resource for you to research if you choose. Geocaching travel bugs related to the Bird Garden YouTube channel. Okay, if you go to geocaching.com, you read the article on travel bugs, and you're like, oh, how did you do a bird garden? If you'll show that much interest, I don't want to bore you with the details, and then you ask the question, how did you? We'll do a show about that. Tell you exactly how we did it, where we did it, progress, events that have happened since then. It's another leg of our journey that we have to watch for the rest of our lives now. We put it out there into the geocaching universe, and it is happening. I made bird lists from all the locations we visited on the Kauai Birding Trail. No, almost focus there. I'm going to keep on until I trick that focus. We visited 10 of the 11 locations on the Kauai Birding Trail. Number 11, we had reservations for. We paid for a shuttle. Oh, that one day that it rained, on Kauai. Oh, that morning we had reservations. It's kind of a rustic beach. Amazing, amazing. You got to make reservations 30 days in advance. Amazing beach. It's kind of rustic. You can't drive there due to road damage and volume of traffic. It's called the end of the road. So that end of the road is blocked off except to shuttles. You park at a shuttle location, which means we weren't able to pack anything more than what we could carry. Then you go to a parking lot and you have to walk a third of a mile from the parking lot where the shuttle drops you off to the beach. And there are hiking trails, very famous hiking trails throughout the state park. HAWAIIAN State Park on North Shore, Kauai. So walking a third of a mile with no car meant if we're going to bird watch, if we're going to film, all of that stuff had to be not only on our back for this short walk, third of a mile, but then if we were going to snorkel, we had no area to secure our cameras and belongings. So I had a plan. I bought some of those collapsible stools for chairs. You know, they pack flat and open up. An adult can sit on them. Pretty cool. Better than camp chairs. You know, you got to put over each shoulder. A lot of packing space required. Nope, just these little collapsible stools. A wet bag, backpack straps. Put all of our stuff in it. Had a little rope tied on it, you know, that I could connect to my shorts and keep all of our belongings dry and with us. Had it all worked out. But then the rain, the one day that it rained was like, no, we're not going to get off a shuttle and walk a third of a mile in the rain and be on a wet beach with no cover. We canceled the trip. It's the one to go back for. We'll get it next time. That'll be our primary. So I'll get several reservations. We'll go several times. But the rain beat us that day. Of all the days, we could have worked around the rain at any other location, any other day, but that's the one we would be separated from our car, shelter and security, and in a rustic environment. And it would have been great if we were just out there splashing in the water. Definitely we would have done it, but we wanted to go there to get footage of birds, the black noddy in particular. We didn't get to see the black noddy. It's a tern blackbird, white cap, beautiful. You'll see it if you go to the Kauai Birding Trail Facebook group. It's pictured at that location on the Kauai Birding Trail that we did not make it to. So yeah, with all the camera equipment, aquatic and otherwise, and birding equipment, it was not. It was either leave all the equipment and go play, or find another location you could take the equipment to and capture footage to bring back and share with people. So that's what we decided to do. A benefit was we had, since we weren't in the park, we had a greater diversity of lunch food to choose from. So we made lemonade, or should I say pineapple aid? No, because if life gives you a pineapple, that's a good thing. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Lemonade. We made lemonade out of lemons. And so there's one place currently on the Kauai Birding Trail we haven't been. HAWAIIAN State Park. K-E Beach. K-A Beach. It's K-E-E. So whatever the proper Hawaiian pronunciation of that is, I think it's K-A. K-A Beach with two E's. In HAWAIIAN State Park with some amazing hikes that lead to high places, and you overlook bluffs on the Pacific Ocean. You could see whales. Amazing. We did see whales. We saw humpback whales, water spouts. Pretty amazing. Pretty amazing things that we saw. We're 51 minutes in. We're talking about the easy way to see birds in Hawaii, and specifically Kauai. But what if you're not going to Kauai? I mean, so much traffic goes to Honolulu. Right? We were in Honolulu. For a weekend. All of the ukulele manufacturers were closed on the weekend, so I didn't get to fulfill my dream of visiting the ukulele manufacturers. Uh, there was a ukulele shop in our hotel. That was cool. Went in there and jammed a couple times. But Honolulu is very urban, very urban. Tall buildings, resorts, hotels, food courts, international marketplace. Pearl Harbor. We went up to Pearl Harbor. There's footage coming of all that. Now, I'll say that the green space in Honolulu was very valuable because it's urban. So when they preserve a park space, man, the birds notice. The birds were in the parks in Honolulu. So after such a tremendous success at designing the Kauai birding trail, Kauai, Hawaii, hashtag Kauai BT. If you're going to talk about that, hashtag Kauai BT. If you've been there, you got pictures, put them up, share them over there at the Facebook group. But anyway, we were bird watching in Honolulu. So many beautiful birds right there in the park. I decided it had to be done. So I designed the Honolulu birding trail. I don't have a sticker for that, but the Honolulu birding trail is also a Facebook group. If you're going to Honolulu, you want to know the easy way to find Hawaiian birds in Honolulu, go over to the Honolulu birding trail Facebook group, hashtag HanoBT, hashtag HanoBT, Honolulu birding trail. And it has 12 locations in the downtown urban area of Honolulu, ranging out to Pearl Harbor and down to Diamond Head. Basically, that's the Waikiki, the greater Waikiki coast, okay? A little bit north of Waikiki, a little bit south of Waikiki. That's the Honolulu birding trail. Phenomenal. You're not going to believe the footage. You're not going to believe the birds. You're not going to believe this beauty. Let me show you. I'll show you. You know how we do this. Here you go. I don't have it prepared to share the screen with, but I can show you a phone photograph. I'll hold my phone up to the camera here, and you'll get an excellent view of a phone picture. I'm looking through these, and I'm looking through thousands of pictures, okay? Here's a glimpse. This is a red-crested cardinal, all right? That's an amazing bird. This one was actually photographed on the Honolulu birding trail and with an iPhone. I took the picture with an iPhone, all right? And when you get to the part where I was geocaching on the Honolulu birding trail. I was also doing that on the Kauai birding trail. But check this out. Oh, wait, go back. Oh, it's in albums. There it is. Okay. Got it. Check this out. This is a slide from the Honolulu birding trail. When you go to the Facebook group, you'll find this. This is Kapiolani Park. All right. And this is how it looks on the Hawaiian or the Honolulu birding trail. So that's a bird that's common there, the rose-ring parakeet. And there's a list of birds you can also look for because you'll find them there at Kapiolani Park. Kapiolani Park. That white tern, third from the bottom, endangered species. You'll be glad you went to Honolulu to see a white tern. Now, all of those birds on that list we saw when we went to the park. We saw all of those birds. You can too. This isn't, if you're an excellent birder, you can, no, this is easy Hawaii birds. Honolulu birding trail. You go there, you see that Kapiolani location, one of a dozen, right? Beautiful photography. You got a list of other birds you'll find there. Also, you'll find a page that lists all the locations, addresses, phone numbers, and just like the Kauai birding trail, you'll find a map map of Honolulu with map pins, which park is where. So when you go to Honolulu, you're going to stay at a hotel or resort. Go to the Facebook group and look at the map. You're going to be near, I mean, walking distance. I did a video and it's posted on the Honolulu Birding Trail Facebook group of my balcony, my hotel balcony in Honolulu. I'm filming a location on the Honolulu Birding Trail that I am filming it on my balcony. And close, I don't have to go anywhere. I go out on my balcony and watch birds on the Honolulu Birding Trail. That's how easy Hawaiian birding is. If you go to the Kauai Birding Trail Facebook group and the Honolulu Trail, the Honolulu Birding Trail Facebook group, it doesn't get any easier anywhere. Easy Hawaiian birds, you betcha. You betcha. I'm inviting you to go over there. They're private groups. They have to be moderated. You know how social media is today. We don't want any shenanigans. We're just there to have a good time. So, and ask to get in. I'll let you in. You'll become a member. Leave comments. Hit the like button a few times. It's so cool when you do that. Kauai Birding Trail, one Facebook group. Honolulu Birding Trail, another Facebook group. And of course, the Bird Garden channel here appreciates all the clicks. Clickety click click helps the channel, helps us be here, helps us bring you this information that makes your life better, including easy Hawaiian birds. You don't want to go to Hawaii, you don't like Hawaii, can't afford Hawaii, you don't have time to go on vacation, it's not safe for you to travel yet for whatever reason. I got you. I got you. Watch the videos that are about to be flooded on the Bird Garden channel. I mean, we have got content in the can. And join the Facebook groups, Kauai Birding Trail, Honolulu Birding Trail, and look at my Hawaiian birds. I want to share it with you. Talk about easy Hawaiian birds. Check out my content. There it is. I hope you're able to go if you want to see them for yourself, and I will definitely help you achieve that goal. And it will make your Hawaii trip better. No matter where you are, you're going to be really close to a fantastic location that happens to be good for bird watching. I want to share it with you. And we love doing it. We do. We love bringing it to you. And that thought was never far from our mind. Our entire Hawaii adventure, my wife and I were thinking about what would be something good to share with the viewers on the Bird Garden channel. And so that directed some of the places we went and how we enjoyed, how we encountered that location was with thoughts of bringing it back. How can we put this out on the buffet of options for people to enjoy? So know that we were thinking of you when we were in Hawaii. And if you want to show appreciation by clicking the clicks, we will gladly and graciously accept your offer that way. And it means a lot personally and digitally. So you can do your part that way, and it really matters. We have reached the 1 hour mark. I can't believe it. I could talk about Hawaii for several hours, and I will. Stay tuned to the Bird Garden YouTube channel. If you've subscribed to the channel, keep an eye out for those notifications. There'll be community tab posts made in the very near future. If you haven't subscribed yet, that's an advantage. You get those community tab updates. Hit the bell icon, select all. If you've gotten this far and you haven't hit that thumbs up yet, oh my goodness, that really helps us out. We appreciate it. Misfit Reptiles, in closing, you get the last word. You say, don't mind me, just listening and learning. I love birds, all birds. Okay, we do too. You're at the right place. We're going to be great friends. Thanks for checking this out. I hope you'll engage all the other media that we've talked about today until we get together again next week, same time, Wednesday, 1 o'clock, Bird Talk Show here in the East. I want you to get out there and see some birds. Tell me about what you see in the comments below, and I'll catch you on the next one.